Hello everyone. So in this session we are going to discuss about Python. Okay. So this is session number 1. Okay. So in this session we will discuss about what is Python. Okay, where we can use it, who can start Python. Okay, etc. Okay. So we will see what is Python, uses of Python, where we can use Python, Python libraries and frameworks, and installation process of Python and its IDE. Okay. So basically, what is Python? Okay, so we can say that Python is a programming language, which means we can use Python as a programming language as well as we can use Python as a scripting language. Now, why we need a programming language? Because, so we can write here why we need, okay, why we need a programming language? Because to communicate with the systems, with the computers. Okay, that is why we need, or we can say it with the machines. That is why we need a programming languages. Okay, to provide or to give instructions to the computers. Okay, so basically Python is a programming language. So let's write the features of Python to understand Python. Features of Python. So first, Python is a general purpose. Or we can write general purpose. Only. Okay. So why Python is a general purpose and what is the means of general purpose here? General purpose means we can use Python everywhere. Okay, so we can say that Python can be used everywhere. For example, we can use Python in cybersecurity domains. We can use Python in networking. We can use Python in like web development, application development. Okay, and we can use Python in animations, game development, machine learning, data science, AI. Okay, artificial intelligence, etc. So we can write here. We can use Python everywhere, like in data science, in machine learning. Okay, AI. Okay, in web development, website development. Okay, in application development, in game development. Okay, in we can use in animations, we can use in neural networks, etc. Okay, and we can use in cybersecurity domains to create malwares and tools, as well as we can use it in networking, etc. There are like many uses of Python. Okay, so first is Python is a general purpose programming language. Now, why Python is a general purpose? Okay, like why we can use Python everywhere? Because Python is an open source. Okay, so second feature, Python is an open source. Now, what is the means of open source here? Open source means we can read and modify the source code of the Python. Okay, that is why Python is an open source. We can read and we can modify, we can update the source code of Python. Okay. Now, what is the means of general purpose? Like how open source and general purpose are like connected. So basically, we can read and modify the source code of Python. That is why we have developers, okay, who contribute in the Python community. Okay, that is why we have large number of libraries. Okay, so third feature is we have vast amount of libraries and frameworks which we can use everywhere. Like we have different frameworks for cybersecurity domains, we have different frameworks for the web development, we have different frameworks for the data science, ML, AI, etc. Okay, for example, we have for the web, for the website development, we have Django, okay, as a framework, okay, which we can use as a backend part of any website. Okay, for the data science, we have pandas, numpy. Okay, for the data visualization, we have matplotlib and we have Seaborn, Streamlit. Okay, for the ML, we have Flask, etc. For the development, we have like different libraries. Okay, we have Flask. We have for the mathematics, we can use NumPy. For the data science, we can use scikit-learn, etc. For the cybersecurity, we can use different libraries, which will depend on your scenario, which will depend on your project. Okay, so for the networking, we can use socket, request, etc. Okay, so Python is open source and Python has like large amount of libraries and frameworks. Okay, then we have Python is dynamic in nature, or we can say Python is so Python is high level language, which means basically we have three types of languages. Okay, we have high level, we have mid level, and we have low level. Okay, so high level means which is close to human or human language. For example, we have Python. Mid level and low level is like which is close to machine language. Okay, machine language. That is like binaries. Okay, for example, we have assembly. Okay, in that case. And mid level, we have like combination of both. Okay, like half of high level and half of like low level. Okay, that is the means of medium here. That is, we have example like C or C++. Okay, so we have three types of languages. First, we have high level, mid level, and low level. So high level is like close to human language, which is like English. So Python is like high level. For example, let me show you. So basically, print hello world. Okay, so this is a Python code. Okay, print hello world. So you can easily define this. Like print is a keyword here, print is a function here, which is used to display something. Even a non-technical person can easily understand this. That is, print is used to print something or display something. Okay, so print is a word like English. So we can say that Python is a high level because it is close to human language. Secondly, we have mid level. Okay, and third we have low level. Inside low level, we have like combination of symbols and binaries in the assembly languages. Okay, which is like hard to understand. Then, so Python is a high level language. Now, Python is a dynamic in nature. Okay, dynamic in nature is like, but we can say that Python is flexible or as well as dynamic nature. For example, so suppose there's a C++ code, C or C++, and there's a Python code. Okay, let's say. So in the C or C++ code, when you create a variable, let's say a equal 10. Okay, variable is like a container which stores your value. Okay, so this is just an example. So 10 is a value here and a is a variable here. Okay, so if we are assigning 10 value to a variable. Okay, now in the C or C++ code, we have to tell the variable that which type of value we are storing. Let's say int. So 10 is an int value. Okay, we will see what is int or float or complex. So 10 is a integer value. Okay, we are storing integer value to variable a. So in the C or C++, we have to tell the C or C++ compiler or interpreter that we are storing which type of value. Okay, so here we have to write int. Or if we are storing any character, so we have to write car. Okay, char and b equal any character. Let's say a. Okay, char b is equal to a. So in this C or C++, we have to tell the variable that which type of value we are storing, whether it is an integer, boolean, character, or float, or complex, etc. But in Python, we just assign the values. Okay, like 10 or any character, a, any string. Let's say hello world. Okay. So here we are just storing the values. We are assigning 10 value to A value, A character to B, and hello world to C. Okay, so in this Python code, we don't need to like tell the compiler or the interpreter of Python that which type of value we are storing inside a particular variable. Okay, that is the means of dynamic in nature here. Then Python is an interpreted programming language. Okay, so interpreted means, so let's take an example again of C or C++. So in C, so there's when you code, there's like three-step process. First you code, then you compile, then you run the code. But in Python, you just code and run. Okay, like in C, there's a file .c. Okay, the extension of a C file. Then you compile and convert it into .exe file, and then you run the code. Okay, but in Python, we have a .py file as an extension of Python, and we just run the code. Okay, so in the C or C++, we have to just first code and then compile and then run the code. Or if there's any error or if we want to make any change in the code, we have to make change, then we have to compile it again and then we have to run it. Okay, but in Python, we have to just code and run it. Okay, there's no compilation process in Python. That is why we can say that Python is an interpreted programming language as well as flexible. Okay. So these are the features of Python. That is first, Python is a general purpose. Okay, Python is open source. Python is a high level language. Python is dynamic in nature. Okay, Python is interpreted programming language as well as Python supports object oriented programming approach. Okay, that is OOPS concept. Okay, so in the object oriented programming approach, there's a concept of classes and objects. So Python supports classes and objects. Okay, so what is classes? Classes are like the blueprint. Okay, so again, classes are like blueprint, and objects are like instance of the class. Okay, like we have many more like concepts in objects like OOPS. Like we have inheritance, we have encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism. So that we will discuss later. Okay, so these are the features, important features of Python. Now, history of Python. So who invented Python? That is Gideon van Rossum. Okay, in 1991 in CJ, Netherlands. Okay. So Gideon Rossum invented Python in 1991 in CGI, Netherlands. Okay, in CGI Labs. So Python names comes from the circus show, that is Monty's Python Flying Circus. Okay. Now, and Python is derived from the ABC programming language. Okay, we can say that ABC is a base language of Python. Okay. So now we have important libraries and frameworks for Python. Okay. So we have different libraries for different purposes. For example, we have Django, that is important for website development. We have NumPy for the mathematics, Pandas for data science, for the data cleaning. Okay. For we have Matplotlib for the data visualization. We have C1 again for the data visualization, and we have Streamlit. Okay, for the data visualization. Then we have Flask, we have Selenium, we have PyAuto GUI. Okay, then we have Kinter, Turtle, we have SQL, Connector. Okay, we have Cufflinks, we have Plotty, etc. So we have like many libraries for Python. Okay, so these are the important libraries, and we have like many more. Okay, Selenium is for the automation. PyAuto GUI is for to automate your GUI interface. Kinter Turtle for the GUI only. Okay, SQL connector for connecting your SQL with your Python. Okay, Cufflinks and Plotty for the data science. Okay, now Python installation in IDE. So what is IDE is? IDE is like integrated development environment. Okay, so IDE is integrated development environment. So basically, Python comes with own IDE. Okay, that is ideal. That is integrated development learning environment. Okay, but the IDE of Python is very like boring type. So we can use another IDE. Okay, that is we have like many IDEs in the market. We have VS Code, we have PyCharm, we have Atom. Okay, we have Sublime Test Editor. Okay, we have PyCharm. That is we have VS Code. That is Visual Studio Code. And what else we have? Sublime Test Editor. Just Sublime. Okay, we have Spider. We have Anaconda. We have Jupyter Notebook. And we have Atom, etc. Okay, so we have many ideas in the for the Python. So for this session, we will use VS Code, and for the upcoming sessions, we will use VS Code. That is Visual Studio Code. Okay, it is very flexible. It is like easy to use. Okay, the interface is very simplified. Okay, it is good for the beginners. Now, first we will install Python, and then we will see how we can install IDE. Okay, so and we will see how we can install IDE on like Python on Linux and on Windows. So you can open your browser. Okay. So from here you can search for Python. Download. Click on here python.org. Click on download 3.11.1 as a Python version. Okay. So the installation process is straightforward. Just click on next install. Okay. Whenever you are installing your Python, just make sure you have to check one option, that is add to path. Okay, this option. You have to check this whenever you are installing the Python. Okay, just check this box and click on next install. Okay, don't change the location of Python. Okay, then for the Linux, you can type apt get install Python 3. Okay, let me show you. So you can type this command apt get install Python 3 for the Linux. Okay, for the like Paradox or Kali Linux or for the Debian based systems. Okay, and for the Red Hat, you can type yum install Python 3. Okay, you can search for the package name, that is yum search Python. Okay, and you can then install yum install your package name. Okay, Python package name. So this is for the Red Hat based Linux system. That can be Red Hat Enterprise or that can be Fedora. Okay, and these are for the Debian based Linux system. Okay, for example, Kali Linux, Paradox or Ubuntu, etc. Tails OS. Okay, okay, so you can type here sudo for the root permission apt get install Python 3 password. Okay, so this will install your Python inside Linux. Okay, so for the VS Code, you can search VS Code. Click on here. So you can install for Linux, for Mac, and for Windows. So this will install your VS Code. Okay. Now, after installing, the installation process is straightforward. Just click on next install. Okay. See, with the VS Code, we have to install some extensions that are most important. Okay. Extensions are like which will give support to your programming. Okay, to your coding. So open your VS Code. Um, okay, so this is the interface of VS Code. From here, click on this extensions. Okay, so first search for Python. Okay, click on Microsoft. Why Microsoft? Okay, click on install from here. Okay, then after that, search for icons. VS Code icons. Now click on here, VS Code icons. Click on install. Okay, then we have run. Search for run. And we have this code runner. Okay, click on here. So this run will give you a button like this. Okay, so you can run your code directly. So you can read about what is this run, etc. You can read it from here. Then we have to search for code clear. Okay, this one. So this will format your code. Okay, click on install from here. Okay, so these are the important extensions for VS Code. Now restart your VS Code after installing the extensions. Okay, now here. So first, let's create a folder on desktop. Okay, new and folder. Let's say Python underscore files. Okay, so drag your folder on top of VS Code icon. Open this. Okay, cross this. So this is Python interface. Sorry, IDE interface, VS Code. From here, you can see file, new file. You can create new file, new test file, new any type of file, new window, open file, open folder. Okay. So from here, you can see this is for the new file. This is for new folder. Okay. This is for refresh. So click on new file here. Name your file. Let's say hello.py. Enter. Okay. So you can see the icon here. Okay. That is Python icon. This is because of the icons of the VS Code. Okay, so let me mention the extensions. You have to install Python. That is why Microsoft. Second, we have VS Code icons. Then we have code prettier. And we have run code runner. Okay. So after creating file, here you can click on this here and click on Control B. Okay. So this will hide the here navbar. You can click on Control B. Okay. Like this or Control B. It's one side only. Okay. So we can type here print. Let's say hello. Okay. So now you can click on run this option. And you can see your code has been printed. Hello world. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah. Print. We can write Python is a powerful language. You can click on run here. Okay, so we have hello world as well as Python is a powerful language. Okay, so this is how you can run. This is how you can write the code and you can run the code. Or you can run code from the terminal, like from here. Terminal, new terminal here. Okay. Now here you can type Python, name of your file, that is hello.py. Now you can run this. Okay, hello world in Python is a powerful language. Now how you can do the same in Linux. So open your Linux machine. Okay, now from here click on applications, programming and VS coding. So this is same like VS code. What is VS code only? Like a different version of VS code. Now click on file, new file. Okay, now you can name it. So print hello world. Okay, Control S. You can install your extensions here as well. Okay, now name your file. Let's say hello .py. Okay, you can save on. We can save on desktop here. Click on save. Okay, so print hello world. So how we can run this? So open your terminal here. Okay, click on view. Zoom in. Now you can type Python sudo for the root permission Python 3. Okay, this is because this is Python 3 code. Then hello.py. Enter password of your machine. Okay, so we have hello world. So we have two types of Python, Python 2 and 3. Okay, so Python 2 versus Python 3. Now, what is the difference in Python 2 and 3? So Python is 2 is the older version of Python. So there's a like they're like syntax differences. Suppose in Python 2, we write print space hello world. Okay, without parenthesis. In Python 3, we write print parenthesis hello world. Okay, so these round brackets are known as parentheses. So in print, Python 2, we can write print hello world. In Python 3, we can write print hello world like this. So in Python 2, we can use raw underscore input. Okay, but in Python 3, we use input only. In Python 2, we use X range. In Python 3, we use only range. Okay, like there are like so many differences in Python 2 and 3, like syntax differences, and there are like more libraries which we can use in Python 3, but we cannot use with Python 2. Okay. So let me show you one example. So this is hello.py. This is Python 3 code. Okay. Now let's write Python 2 code. So here you can open the VS Code. Click on File, New File. So print space hello world. Control S to save. You can name this old hello. Okay. .py. We can save it here. Okay, so this is Python 2. Even if you print Python, if you try to print this Python old like Python 2 code with Python 3 interpreter, so this will throw an error. That is old underscore hello.py. See, we have an error. That is syntax error, missing parenthesis. Now, what if you try to run this with Python 2? That is Python old underscore hello.py. Sorry, py. See, we have this hello world. Okay, because this one hello print without parenthesis hello world. So this is a Python 2 code. If you try to run this Python 2 code with Python 3, so this will throw an error. Same as if you run this Python 3 code with a Python 2, so this will throw an error. Okay, like this. We are trying to run this old hello file with Python 3. That is, this will throw an error because we have missing parenthesis. But if you try to run this code with the help of Python 2 only, so this will run this code as it is. Okay, same as if you run Python 3 code with Python 2, that is hello.py. So this will run as it is. Okay. So this is how you can run the code. Even sometimes it's also given error. So this is like the syntax basic difference in Python 2 and Python 3. Okay, we have raw input here, we have input here, we have range, we have X range. In this we have we use print without parenthesis, and in here Python 3 we use print with parenthesis. Okay. So this is how you can install Python. inside VS Code. Sorry, inside Linux. Now, okay, so this is an intro part of Python. Now we can move to variables. Okay, that is the part of fundamentals. Or we can write Python fundamentals. Okay, so in Python fundamentals, we have variables, we have data types, we have tokens, we have keywords, okay, we have literals, we have reserved words, okay, it's keywords only. Okay, so we have variables, data types, tokens, keywords, literals. So what are tokens first? So tokens are the smallest unit of Python. Tokens are the smallest unit in Python. Okay, smallest unit is like everything in Python is a token. Okay, it is like at a base level, everything is token. Okay, but we usually don't say token as a like suppose there's a data type integer or there's a float or there are variables. We usually don't say tokens. These are just terms of the Python. Okay, so tokens are the smallest unit in Python. Same as we have keywords. So keywords are known as the reserved words. So we can write keywords are the reserved words in Python. Okay, what is a reserved words here? For example, we have print, we have for, while, if, else, elif. Okay, we have true, false, we have integers, int, float, more else we have complex, we have str, def, or class, etc. Like we have many keywords. So keywords are the reserved words in Python. Now, what is the meanings of reserved word here? Means for Python, these words have a special meaning for Python. Okay, so because print is a function which is used to print something, you cannot use print for your own purpose. Okay, we have for, we have loop. Okay, we have loops like for or while. We have if, elif, else. Okay, conditional statements, true or false as a boolean. So we cannot use reserved keywords as a Python, as a like variable name or as a function name or as a class name. Okay, so we cannot use Python reserved words as our own purpose. Okay, that is known as keywords. So these are reserved words. These have special meanings for the Python interpreter. If you are using print equal 10, so you are assigning 10 variable to print, sorry, 10 value to print. Print is a variable here, but print is a reserved word only, like print here. So you cannot use print as a variable name. You cannot use print or any reserved word as a class name, as a function name, okay, etc. Then we have literals. Okay. So we have different types of literals. We have string literals. These are just names. Okay. We have numbers. We have integers, float, etc. So just literals are like the data types. Okay. These are just names given to different data types. Okay. Like different elements of Python. Okay. Which I see like it has no meaning of giving different names because data types are the okay data. We have like different data types. That is the name of the Python data types. But we cannot say a data type as a literal. Okay, or as a data. We cannot say token as a data type. Okay, we usually say we have like we have data types. We have integers. We have float. We have string, etc. We cannot use or we never use this literals or tokens as a value, but we use keywords. Okay, because keywords are the reserved words. That is important. Then we have variables. So here variables are like the container which is used to store your value. Okay, so basically variables are a container which is used to store your value, any type of value. It can be string, it can be integers, means it can be characters, it can be numbers, it can be decimal numbers, float numbers, integer numbers, complex numbers, it can be boolean values like true, false, okay, etc. So what is integer, float, or complex? We will discuss soon. So 10 is a value here, and we are assigning 10 value to num. Num is a variable here, name of a variable, num. And this equal is a assignment operator. Okay, so num here is a variable and equal. Okay, so num is a variable, equal is an assignment operator, which is used to assign your value to a variable, and value your 10. So 10 is a value, and we are assigning a value to your variable. That is the total means of variable. That is a container which is used to hold your value. Okay, now. Okay, so these are some valid names of variables. Now, what is the means of valid here? So we have some rules of naming the variables. We cannot name anything. Okay, so these are known as naming conventions. Okay, so we have some rules for naming the variables. That is known as naming conventions. Okay, so let me write the rules. So basically, variables names cannot start with numbers. Like for example, one num or two num, three number, four number like this. So we cannot start variable name with a number. So this is an invalid variable. Okay, and this will throw an error in Python. Okay, so but we can use number in middle or in last. So we can write, but we can use number inside variable name in middle or at last. Okay, for example, num 1 equal 10. Okay, or we can write like num like this equal 10. Okay, like num 1 were sorry num 1 were 10. So we can use numbers in middle and at last, but we cannot use numbers in at first. So this will throw an error. So these are valid variables. Okay, now, so this is first rule. Second rule, spaces are not allowed. Okay, so basically spaces are not allowed in Python in variable. For example, let's say first space name. Okay, so first is a name here and space and name. Okay, so first space name. That is spaces are not allowed. That is a invalid variable. But we can use underscore in place of space. Okay. Okay, like we can use first underscore name equal in John. That is a valid variable name. Okay, so spaces are not allowed. You can use underscore. Third, special characters are not allowed. Okay, for example, special like we have exclamation mark, at the rate, hash, dollar, percentage, is, ampersand, etc. So special characters are not allowed in variables. For example, you cannot name like name. Okay, so name here is a like NA. At the rate here is a special character. So we cannot use special characters as a variable name, like inside variable name. We cannot use in starting, we cannot use in middle, and we cannot use at last. Okay, we cannot use a special character anywhere in variable name. So this is a invalid variable name. Okay, if you put this, so Python interpreter will throw you an error. Now, you can start your variable name with uppercase and lowercase. Okay, so basically you can start your variable name with uppercase or lowercase. Okay, like or uppercase, lowercase, or underscore. Okay, basically you can start your variable name with us underscore also. Like for example, we have underscore name equal. Second, we can use name as a variable name, or we can use name. Okay, so these are like valid variable name. Okay. Now fifth point. So always name your variable according to your value. Okay, for example, so what is more convenient here? Age 18 and second, be John. Okay, so always name a variable related to a value. Okay, whatever value you are storing, for example, suppose you are storing age or name. So it is better to put age as a variable name or first name as a variable name instead of A or B. Okay, or whatever you are storing, like suppose you are storing number. So number underscore 1, that is 10. Number underscore second number. So you can put second underscore number equal 12 like this. First number, second number, age, class. Okay. So this is like a good practice. It is not compulsory basically. You can use whatever you want. Okay, just remember these points, but it is a good practice to name a variable related to a value. Okay. So that you can understand and others can understand also. Okay. Like which type of value you are storing as well as what value you are storing. Okay, so 18 is a age. Okay, anyone can understand. But here 18 is like seems like a number. Okay, which is storing in a variable. So no one can understand that this is a this is a like age. Same as John. John is a name. Okay, so you can put first name like number first, number second, number third, etc. Okay, so this is how you can name the variables. So we can use this inside Python. So here you can remove this now. So first underscore name, that is John. Age equal 18. Now we can print first name and we can print age. Okay, so here you can see we are printing John. John is a name here, okay, value here, and we are storing John value as a inside first name. First name is a variable here, and we are assigning the value with the help of assignment operator, that is equal sign. Same as 80, we are assigning 18 value to age. And we are printing first name and age. So this will print first name John and age 18. Same as you can print with the help of comma, like print first name, comma, age, like this. Okay, so this will print like this, age, John, age. Okay, now if we put first space name, so Python, like VS Code will show you that this is an error. Okay, you cannot use space in like variable name, or if you put like hash, so this will throw an error. Okay, or any like special character. Okay, so always follow the rules of variables for naming the variables. Okay, so let's perform some operations with the help of variables and print function. So first we have number 1, number underscore 1, that is let's say 10. Num underscore 2, that is let's say 20. Now we can print num1 plus num2. Okay, so answer is 30. Or we can run this like here. Clear the screen. Python. Name of your file hello.py. 30. Now we can put first underscore name, that is John. Last underscore name, that is what is that? Print first name plus last name. Okay, now we can run this. So first we have 30, in second John Sky. So basically there's no space. Okay, in first name and last name. So you can add here. Either you can add here. Okay, or you can add here. Okay, or you can add here. For example, if you add here, so you can run this. See, we have space, join this guy. Okay, or if you add here before S, save, and you can run this. Okay, we have a space. Or basically we can add here. Okay, like this. We have to add a space here. Okay, if you put a space like this, so this is not a valid one. Okay, so this will like make no change. So what we have to do, we have to add space here, like inside quotations. That is this one. Add space, and now you can add plus here. Use plus here. Okay, now you can run this. See, we have one space because we are adding one space inside quotations. Okay, if you add many spaces like this, that is also inside quotations. So this will add space here also. Okay, join like this. Okay, so these spaces are because of this inside quotation space, not because of this space. Okay, so you can put one space, as I need only one space. So whatever you put inside quotation, this will print as it is. Okay. Now here print first name underscore name. So run this. See, we have this print num1 plus num2, that is 30. Print first name space last name, that is John Sky. Now print first name. So instead of John, we are getting first name as it is because we are putting this inside quotations. Okay, these are known as double quotations. Okay, so whatever you put inside quotations, this will print as it is. Okay, now this is known as string. Okay, so we will talk about later. So this is strings. Now, if you call the value of the variable, then you have to put without quotations like this, first name. Okay. So if you want to call the value of the variable, then you have to put without quotations. Remember this. And if you want to call any string, you have to put quotation here like this. Okay, quotations in your you can use double quotations, you can use single quotations, you can use triple quotations. Okay, now so let me remove this. So we can write here print now. For example, the first name is okay. You can put comma here and first name. Okay, now we are combining string and first name, that is variable name. And when you print this, we have this. The first name is space, and we have this John. Okay, we don't need to put a space here. Okay, we have comma here. So first name. So this is a string. Okay, and this is value. Okay, your variable name. Okay, which will print the value of the variable. Okay, so the first name is John. Same as we can write print. The last name is comma last name. Okay, remember you have to put this outside quotations, comma as well. Here, last underscore name. Okay, like this. Run this. So the last name is Sky. Okay, this is your string, comma. Okay, which will separate your string and your variable name, and this is your variable name. Okay, which will print the value of your variable, that is Sky. Okay, now we can combine this like print. The first name is, we can put comma here, and first name. Okay, now we can put comma again and quotations again. And the last name is, okay, comma here and last name. Okay, so remove this. You can see. So the first name is John and last name is Sky. So here you can see this part is string and this part is variable name. Same as this part is string and this part is variable name. Okay, so let me show you what string. So the strings, so strings are the group of characters inside single, double or triple quotations. Okay, for example, we have this, let's say name, hello world. Okay, so this is a string, or we can say here, um, so this sentence is also a string, or we can use triple quotations like this. Okay, whatever you want to write, you can write and triple quotation again. But we mostly use double or single quotations. Okay, so we hardly use triple quotations. So we have you can write string. So any character, like I am talking about character, not alphabets. Okay, characters like includes your alphabets, your numbers, your special characters as well. Okay, so any characters inside single, double, or triple quotations are known as strings. For example, we have this number. Now this number is not a number anymore. This is a string. Okay, same as we have this. Now inside the string, you can use any character. You can use any special characters. You can use any reserved word character. You can use anything because this is now a string. Okay, so inside quotations or with the string, you can write anything inside strings. Like you can write any like special character. Okay, you can write any reserved word. Okay, because this is just a string, like combination of characters for Python. Okay, so here we can type anything inside the string. Print. Let's say print. Okay, so print is a reserved word here, but we are writing inside quotations. That is now a string. Okay, but if we remove this, so this will throw an error. Okay, basically this will not throw an error. You can write int, because we are checking the type of print character. That's why we have this type of, that is, it is a function. Okay, if you write print here, like print equal 10, so this will throw an error. Okay, so here you can, inside quotations, you can write anything. You can write strings, you can write numbers, you can write character, special characters, reserved words, etc. Okay, so in this numbers, here number is not a number anymore. This is a string. Okay, suppose, let me show you. If you write here num1 equal string 10, same as num2 equal 20, which is print num1 plus num2. Okay, so let me remove this code. Okay, so we have this 10 and 20. So the answer is 30, but we have 1020 answer, because these are strings and we are adding strings together. And this process is known as concatenation. Okay, concatenation is a process of adding the strings together. So that is why we have 1020. So 10 is not a number, it is a string. It is like a character. So 10 as it is and 20 as it is. Okay, so we have 1020 as a string. Okay, so this is also a string. And we are just concatenating the strings. Okay, but if you remove this quotations, so now these are numbers. And now we get 30 as answer. Now this process is called adding, like, okay, addition. That is the difference in the strings and numbers. Okay, so anything you write inside quotations are known as strings. Now, here we can add, any number of strings here. Okay, suppose we can add first underscore name equal John. And we can write age equal, or we can write last name equal Sky. So we can write here first name plus last name. Okay. Now this process is called concatenation. Okay, because we are adding two strings together. Okay, either you can use comma here or you can use plus here. Okay, so, or if you use none of these, so this will throw an error. Okay, basically sometimes, okay, because you can see this, we have this red. Okay, so this is not a good practice to use both names together, like without plus or comma. So we can write first name, comma, last name, or we can write first name plus last name. But if you remove this, so this will throw an error. Okay. You can see VS code is showing the error. Okay. So this is how you can use strings. This is how you can concatenate strings, or you can remember. Okay. So numbers are the string here. Okay, numbers are characters here. They are not numbers anymore. So if you are writing anything inside quotations, these are all strings. Okay, and remember the naming conventions of the variable and variables. Okay, and what are tokens, keywords, or literals? Okay, so rest we will continue tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we will see the data types. Like how many data types are there? We have like many data types. We have strings, we have integer, float, complex, boolean. Okay, we have list, tuples, dictionaries, set, frozen set, etc. Okay, we will see that tomorrow. If you want to check out the course content of Python, so you can visit the website. So from here you can check out the course content of Python. Okay, from the software pane, you can click on Python. It was called. So from here you can check out. Okay, we have like modules. We have. Okay, so these are the modules. You can check this. Okay, we will cover like all the advanced part, all the basics part of Python. Okay, for the other details, you can check the fee structure. You can check the duration of the course. Okay, and the upcoming batches. And you can, if you have any query, you can call on this number. You can WhatsApp or you can mail. Okay, so feel free to ask anything if you have any query. Okay, so thank you.